We spend years wanting to slow down. Less work, less pressure, more time. But what actually happens when you finally get it? Because this is something people don't talk about enough. We focus so much on getting out of the busy life, getting time to do the things you've been putting off, stopping being tied to time, and usually that's somebody else's time, reaching a point where things are easier. But we focus very little on what comes after that. And at first, it feels exactly how you imagined. There's relief. You wake up without any sense of urgency. Your time feels like your own again. And that in itself is really powerful. But then something else happens, and it can catch you off guard. Things go quiet, not just externally, but internally too. And you realise how much of your life was actually structured around work, around routine, around the commitments that you have, around deadlines. And when that disappears, there's space and there's a lot of it. And you start to think about, do I need to fill that space? Because with that space can come a sense of disorientation, a slight loss of identity, wondering what you should be doing, a feeling of guilt that you're not being busy enough. And that doesn't mean that you've made the wrong decision to retire. It just means that you're adjusting to a different way of living. Because slowing down isn't just about removing pressure. It's about learning what to do with your time, what to do with your energy and your attention. And that takes a little while to really think through what that means for you. You start asking different questions, like, what do I actually enjoy? What do I want my days to look like? What feels meaningful now? And those are questions that you probably haven't thought about for decades. And for me, this was one of the biggest shifts. I thought slowing down would feel like an arrival point, a destination that I was aiming for. But actually, it was the beginning of something entirely new. And gradually, something changes. You go from feeling slightly awkward and uncomfortable to finding a new rhythm, not driven by any pressure, but driven by your intentions. Simple things start to matter more. Time outside, conversations with your partner, space to think. And life begins to feel fuller, not busier, but actually a little bit more rounded. Slowing down doesn't change only your schedule, it changes your relationship with time. So if you're thinking about slowing down or working less or changing your pace of life, just know this: it might not feel perfect straight away, but the space that you do create, that's where a different kind of life begins. If you're starting to think about what slowing down might look like for you, I'd be really interested to know, what does a slower, better day actually look like in your life? And if you're exploring this idea of creating more time, more freedom, and a different pace of living, you're very welcome to subscribe, because that's exactly what I share here. I'm Angela, and all that's left for me to say is thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.